Hey, what's going on guys, my name's Raf, and Pokemon Journeys is under 5 episodes away from concluding as a series. It's been a crazy ride, but despite that, seeing Ash and Go travel together has brought so many funny and impactful moments that will never be forgotten. From what we know so far, it doesn't seem like we'll be seeing a battle between Ash and Go unfold before the series ends. However, today, I want to reverse reality and outline a new fanfiction as to how this battle could have been written. There's a bunch of information to cover, so let's jump straight into it. Don't forget to give this video a like, show your support, and I'll be sure to bring out my next video shortly. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already to keep up to date, and without further ado, let's begin. Let's start off by discussing the initial clues and details that could have entailed this battle becoming canon. The third opening of the series has given us a big indication that Ash and Go were to potentially battle each other. Even though we haven't seen either trainer battle each other yet, it was heavily implied and indicated that Lucario and Cinderace would have had a final clash, possibly towards the end of the series. This battle could have maybe given off a similar scenario as to how Ash battled Clemon at the end of XY. Whilst this segment is most likely just two aces sparring each other for the sake of a hype effect, it seems this is something that could have been initially planned, but unfortunately got scrapped later on. It could just be a segment exclusive for pure opening concept, maybe something just like how Riolu was sparring with Galarian and Farfetch in opening 2, relating to their first encounter in episode 27. The reason I'm so keen to see a battle between Ash and Go is because it could really embrace the similarities to the Sword and Shield games. In the post game, the player character battles Hop with the relevant legendary Pokemon. Of course, we may not see Ash and Go use either Zacian or Zamazenta, unless if they wish to join them by each other's side to make a fun friendly battle. This would be in respect of their efforts in relation to the Darkest Day arc. This is why alternatively I feel like Ash and Go should have a full 6v6 battle. Go already has 2 legendaries on his team, and Ash is well known for defeating these demigods. Even if Ash wants to recall his Melmetal or maybe Naganadel Elnebi, then these two could be potential options. Now I understand why many think a battle between Ash and Go would be pointless, seeing as Ash essentially would beat Go with ease due to his advanced knowledge and Go's lack of battle expertise. But Go is no pushover. The young chap has partaken in a variety of raids and standard battle scenarios, and with the bond of his Pokemon, he'll be sure to hold his ground for the most part. Ash and Go have been very supportive of each other's goals, and being dual protagonists, it's so nice we get to see them engage, bond and work together in scenarios. For me personally, I would love to see them both battle each other. So how would the battle be written between Ash versus Go? Well, I've come up with my own fan summary for this special episode, and how the episode could unfold in its entirety. If Journeys did ever confirm Ash and Go to battle each other in the end, then this will be classed as the final episode in the series. Let's explore. Before we begin, the details I'll be discussing are in no particular order. This is just pure speculation. The episode to showcase Ash vs Go would be the final episode of the Journey series, titled Like Friend Like Foe, Satoshi vs Go. The summary for the episode would state the following. After drawing with Leon in the Pokemon World Championships, Ash and Go decide to take a walk with their Pokemon. The boys recall all their adventures together, and the glare in their eyes describes that there is something they must both do. Before setting off on their next adventures, Ash and Go decided to have a battle. Here's how the episode would unfold. Following the continuation of the World Champion Ash Ketchum video I made, outcome 5 of this battle would imply that Ash would draw with Leon in the finals of the Masters 8 tournament. The episode would open up with us seeing a small recap of the final clash between Ash's Mega Lucario and Leon's Gigantamax Charizard. Both Pokemon ended up fainting at the same time from the impact of the Gigantamax Aurasphere and G-Max Wildfire. After the battle, Leon informs that there is so much still to explore in the world of Pokemon, and he has met so many amazing trainers across his journey, Ash being one of them. He informs Ash of a new region named Paldea, a region in fact that Leon visited during his youth. Ash then states he will head back to Professor Cerise's lab to learn more about this region. After leaving Winden Stadium, Ash and Go summon all of their Pokemon for some relaxation and bonding time. The pair recall their adventures together, explaining how they're both grateful to learn from one another. Ash mentions how inspired he is by Go's determination, and how he's seen how much his friend has grown. As for Go, he mentions how Ash's battling skills have inspired him to participate in more battles in the future. Ever since his first flaw from the Flute Cup, he's been determined to improve. As Go is about to mention something, he receives a notification on his Rotom phone. Professor Oak calls him directly, stating that he has spotted Mew in the area, and he recalls how Go wanted to meet the Pokemon. In astonishment, Go jumps, but comes to a realization and states that he has to visit the Pokemon Center before he can continue, and tells Ash that he'll be right back. During this time, Ash speaks to Pikachu about their whole journey across the regions and Galar. The Pokemon listen to the stories, and he mentions how he wouldn't have gotten to this stage without them. He can't wait for the next adventure, and says he'll be sure to be in contact with all of his Pokemon during the time he's away. At the Pokemon Center, Go rings the Cerise lab and says that he needs a favour from the professor. Reuniting with Ash, the pair both head back to Cerise's lab. After arriving at the lab, Ash speaks to Cerise and Oak both on call, discussing about the Paldea region. Oak mentions how he's heard about a new phenomenon in the region known as terrestrialization, and Cerise states to both Ash and Go that maybe they should visit to investigate and learn more about it. Go is super hyped, and he can't wait to meet new Pokemon, and Ash is just as thrilled to continue his journey. Chloe even mentions that she would join them too, and Yampa will finally tag along with them. Just before Ash prepares his things to leave, Go pulls forward a Pokeball and says to Ash that after everything, he dreams that he always wanted to experience a Pokemon battle against him. He challenges Ash to a battle, and Ash shows no hesitation. We skip to the pair in the middle of the Cerise lab with Delia, Tracy, Oak and all of Ash's Pokemon watching the battle from a live stream on Go's Rotom phone. All of Go's Pokemon watch from various parts of the park. Go says to Ash that even though he drew against Leon, he knows a few tricks up his sleeve. Ash says that he won't back down. Ash then mentions to Go questioning him why he didn't choose Pokemon from the lab, seeing as the pair are battling in the park, but Go responds saying that he wanted to train beforehand and keep the Pokemon chosen as a surprise. Go sends forth his first Pokemon, being Grookey. Ash is shocked as he knows Grookey has minimal to zero battling experience, but Go says that the nuisance Pokemon still has some tricks up his sleeve. Ash begins by sending forth his first Pokemon, being Pikachu. The battle begins. Pikachu begins by using Quick Attack with Grookey using Branch Poke. Pikachu dodges Grookey, however Go commands his Pokemon to use Razor Leaf, which hits directly on Pikachu's tail. Ash is shocked to know that Grookey learned a new move, but Go states that him and his Pokemon have been training hard. However, it doesn't last long, as Pikachu strikes with a single Iron Tail on Grookey's head and defeats the Pokemon. Go is shocked and states how quickly Grookey was defeated. Ash feels guilty and says he fought well. Go thanks Grookey for his efforts and is happy that the little grass monkey managed to develop itself in battle for a little bit. Go then summons Inteleon, to which Ash switches Pikachu for Gengar. Go thinks to himself that maybe Ash will Gigantamax his Pokemon, but then remembers that he's in the Cerise lab, and the settlement is not big enough, so he feels relieved that he doesn't have to worry about the transformation. Gengar begins by charging a Shadow Ball, to which Inteleon uses Sniper Shot to cause Gengar to lose his concentration. Ash demands Gengar to respond with Dazzling Gleam, but Go smirks and says to Inteleon to shade up. Using its eye shading vision, Inteleon is able to withstand the brightness of the attack and stand firm. Ash smirks back as he tells Gengar to dive, to which the Pokemon disappears beneath the ground. Go shouts, "You may be a man of tricks, Ash, but I know you too well by now." Go tells Inteleon to scan the area to find Gengar underneath, and to fire a Sniper Shot at the Pokemon. Ash is shocked, and before telling Gengar to hold on, the Pokemon appears in line with the attack and gets hit. Go then commands Inteleon to use Liquidation, to which Gengar then collapses due to the impact from the water attack. Ash thanks Gengar and states to Go that it was very impressive that he managed to read the attack, and Go thanks Ash for the compliment. He then says to himself, "Wow, it worked." Ash then summons Dragonite, and Go sticks with Inteleon. Before this time, a mysterious figure rustles in the bushes. Dragonite starts with Dragon Claw, and Inteleon counters her attack with Liquidation. As both attacks clash, Delia mentions how Go is really showing off how confident he is in battle against her son. Oak states that it seems that both the boys have helped develop each other. Dragonite then looks at Ash and communicates with him via her eyes, and Ash nods stating he knows. Go is confused about what is going on, and Ash then commands Dragonite to use Draco Meteor, but to angle the attack. Go is shocked as he remembers that this was the same variation of move that he used against Paul and against Leon, and he tries to tell Inteleon to dodge it. However, Ash then tells Dragonite to use Dragon Claw with Meteors, causing shards to impact and inflict intense damage on Inteleon, causing it to faint. Dragonite hugs Ash as they both are happy for winning, and Go thanks Inteleon for its efforts. Go then smirks, and Ash is puzzled by this. Go then states "your turn," to which he then summons his Regieleki. Ash is amazed and he says he can't wait to battle this Pokemon. Ash tells Dragonite that she needs to be very careful with this Pokemon, and commands her to start with Dragon Dance. Go tells Regieleki to use Extreme Speed to get itself behind Dragonite. Dragonite responds with a Dragon Claw, but Regieleki dodges the attack. It then uses Thunder Cage to trap Dragonite, causing damage to the Pokemon. Ash is worried for his Pokemon as he knows it will deal heavy damage, and commands Dragonite to try and break free for using Draco Meteor. Dragonite's power causes her to destroy the cage, however little did she know that Regieleki was charging a Zap Cannon to finish her off. Ash then sends forward Lucario. Lucario growls in excitement knowing that he'll be battling Regieleki. The battle begins, and Lucario charges in with Bullet Punch. Regieleki dodges the attack with Extreme Speed, however one single Bullet Punch manages to make contact. Go tells Regieleki to endure the attacks as it's nearly time. Ash is confused by this, and says to Lucario not to back down as he asks his Pokemon to fire an Aura Sphere, to which lands damage on the electric type. After using Double Team to dodge Zap Cannon, Lucario is able to hit another Aura Sphere on Regieleki. Ash tells Lucario to use Bullet Punch one more time, but then Go screams "now," commanding Regieleki to use Explosion. In response, Ash tells Lucario to jump, leaping off Regieleki's head, merely dodging the self-destructive move. As Lucario lands on the ground, its left leg is injured from the impact of the attack. Go thanks Regieleki for risking itself to defeat Lucario, however it seems the Aura Pokemon is truly a master at dodging. Ash returns Lucario, and summons Surfish, to which Go sends forward his next Pokemon, being Suicune. Ash is shocked as he notices Go has both Regieleki and Suicune on his team. Go states that having the legendary Pokemon by his side taught him a lot about Pokemon, and he wishes to live the battle to the max. Cerise states that he is surprised that Suicune is battling, especially as it's said to be roaming, but Chloe mentions how her friend has a special bond with the legendary Pokemon. Ash tells Surfish to use Brutal Swing, but Suicune leaps over the attack totally unaffected. Suicune responds with Hydro Pump, but Surfish responds with Detect. Go then asks Suicune to let it rain, and Rain Dance comes into effect. During this time, Surfetch's leek becomes drenched, causing it to become very heavy. Ash tells Surfetch to stand firm, and tells him to drop the leek. Tracy is shocked, and says that this has got to be a bad idea, but Oak reassures that the shivery within Surfetch is not gone. As Suicune fires an ice beam at Surfetch's shield, it freezes the defense barrier, and Ash tells Surfetch to throw the shield, landing a direct hit on the Pokemon. Go Suicune responds with a Hydro Pump, hitting Surfetch directly in the face. As both Pokemon are damaged in the rain, Ash says he has no choice but to tell Surfetch to use Meteor Assault. Go commands Suicune to use Liquidation, and both Pokemon charge into one another. A massive explosion unfolds, and the rain subsides. Surfetch is on the floor with Suicune still standing. However, seconds later, the Pokemon falls, resulting into a double knockout. Ash and Go both thank their Pokemon, and during this time, a small tail emerges from the bushes. Chloe turns her head and begins to head to the bush. Go looks at the next Pokeball, saying let's give it our all, and sends forth Cinderace. Ash then chooses Dracovish. Dracovish begins with Ice Fang, to which Cinderace dodges with Quick Attack. Cinderace responds with a Blaze Kick, forcing Dracovish to spin out of control. During this time, Ash uses this to his advantage, remember when the same thing happened during the battle with Cynthia, asking Dracovish to use Water Gun in hope of the attack will land a hit on Cinderace. It succeeds. Dracovish then uses French's Rend, and Cinderace counters with a Pyro Ball. Go asks Cinderace to use another Blaze Kick, and Dracovish responds with Dragon Rush. As both Pokemon charge, Chloe heads to the rustling bush and is shocked. After the impact of both attacks, both Pokemon are then left standing. They smirk ready to continue, but end up both collapsing, leading to another double knockout. Cerise is shocked by this as he now knows that Go is left down to his final Pokemon, while Ash still has Pikachu and Lucario. Both trainers thank their Pokemon, and Go is ready to reach for his final Pokeball. He was unsure at first as to which Pokemon he would choose to join the battle, however when reaching for the Pokeball, he realizes that due to all of the decision making and timing, he didn't actually choose the Pokemon he wanted, meaning he only has 5 Pokemon. But then he hears Chloe scream his name, saying to look. Flying out of the bush around Golurk in a spiral fashion, Mew appears from the bush. Everyone is shocked to see the mythical Pokemon. Professor Oak saying that he is so surprised as he thought Mew was in Galar, but it seems it came to Kanto after all. Go recalls meeting Mew during his youth, and says he can't believe he is meeting the Pokemon once again. He feels sad though as he's let himself down for not being able to complete a full 6v6 battle, but Mew comes down to earth and sits in front of Go giggling. It wants to join Go in a battle. Ash is so shocked as he recalls how a similar event happened back in the Alola League with Kukui, and the fact that he's met Mew before, he never would have thought in a million years that he would be able to join Go in battle. Go is thrilled that he's able to battle alongside Mew, and he says to Mew that after battling he can't wait to catch it. The battle resumes, and Ash chooses Pikachu. Go searches the Pokédex and learns that Mew has a variety of moves. He begins by asking Mew to use Solar Beam, and during the time of the charging, Pikachu uses Quick Attack to get closer. When in range, Solar Beam fires, landing a direct hit on the electric rat. Pikachu holds back, and Ash commands it to use Thunderbolt, but Mew is just too fast and dodges the attack. Pikachu then uses Iron Tail, but then Mew randomly uses Iron Tail back and causes Pikachu to faint. Ash is shocked at how fast and strong Mew is, remembering the battle with Mewtwo. Ash then sends forward his final Pokemon, being Lucario. Go mentions to Ash that he thanks him for everything and is over the moon that he has the opportunity to battle his friend with Mew by his side. Ash thanks Go for everything too, and says that he hopes to battle to the best of their abilities. He states that this battle will be the best one that he'll ever remember. Ash then Mega Evolves Lucario and asks it to charge an Aura Sphere. Mew charges a Fire Blast, and then the episode fades to black. This concludes the final episode of the Pokemon Journeys anime. OLM, I'm telling you, you need to hire me. So that's what I would entail for the final episode of the anime to be should Ash and Go battle each other. Of course, this was written by myself and is pure fan fiction. As you can tell from the narrative, elements mentioned about Ash and Go's journey were implemented into it, alongside various elements of continuity. Please remember that this is just a theory at the end of the day, and nothing has been confirmed that this battle will go ahead. We do know that there is an episode 132 for the series focusing on the departure of Ash and Go, but nothing has been confirmed about them battling. Huge thank you to my friend Lemon Coin for designing the art used in the thumbnail for this video. Be sure to follow Lemon's Twitter and commission him for more outstanding art pieces surrounding the Pokemon anime. Huge thank you again to PokéSuutamie for also the translations of the title card. So, do you think Ash and Go will ever battle each other? What would you say the battle would entail? I really do hope that we get to see this battle unfold one day in the anime. But want to let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you guys would like to interact with me, then be sure to follow me on Twitter and join the ThePokéRaf Discord server to discuss all things Pokemon. You can find the rest of my social networks on screen and in the description below. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to leave it a like, as your support is greatly appreciated. Don't forget to share the video with your friends. Finally, make sure to subscribe to keep up to date with my videos, and click on the little bell to enable notifications so you guys get notified when I upload a new video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and be sure to stick around for more Pokemon content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.